Good morning and welcome to the Mandalika circuit. We are live at the Indonesian Grand Prix, one of the most exotic locations in the entire season. Just a few more moments and we'll switch to the starting straight for the Moto 3 class race. The starting grid, where the lights will soon go out to start the race. The weather conditions are ideal for racing, but riders have complained of a lack of grip over the weekend. To overcome this problem, many of them have chosen to mount a hard tyre in the rear. Safely negotiated, the lights will go out in a few seconds and the Indonesian Grand Prix will get underway.
Moto 3 World Championship. It's lights out and we are racing in Moto 3 here in Indonesia. It's a great launching away from pole position by even Ortola, but even better, launching away alongside him on the front row is Honda Team Major Star, Taya Furusato, who surely will get the whole shot on the short sweep into the first corner. Around the outside goes Tatsuki Suzuki. Brilliant, he goes around the outside of Lanetta and Alonso. Superbly launched by the Japanese rider.
Yeah, Lanetta getting beaten up a little bit in these early stages. He's lost at least 3 places for Wader, and one of the Boe bikes ahead of him as well. Alonso was okay off the line, but as you say, just got completely mucked by Suzuki into turn 1.
Yeah, Suzuki started in 7th place, but he just chopped it and gambled on that sweeping wider line through the first corner, and it paid big dividends. He got himself immediately up in the 5th place. There he is on the number 24 bike. They go through the high-speed second sector, but Furusato lost all of his momentum there, did he? And he gets swallowed up by Fernandez, Via and Ortola. They all sweep on through with the slipstream there, down the brakes into turn 10. Fernandez briefly led, but it is now the 95 of Via, started second. He is in P1 and he's leading a Grand Prix once again.
Try and get as far up the road as he can and then limit the damage of the second one. If he serves the second one now, he'll jump right to the back of the field.
And there's Fernandez hitting the front. Fernandez is brilliant in that second sector, the high-speed change direction where you've got to be really aggressive, have a confident, agile motorcycle underneath you. And Fernandez picks soft fire on the run down to the top end of the circuit on the brakes into turn 10. So it's Adjin Fernandez end that leads. Alonso in turn has got you up in the 3rd place on Furusato. So Alonso finding his rhythm as well. Filippo Farioli, Lanetta's teammate, has clashed out of the Grand Prix. David Almanza has also gone down. That is in the second sector, most likely probably into turn 8. Because that's a rapid crash. We saw Holgado and Jacob Ralston, the Tech 3 teammates, tangle there yesterday.
Yeah, hopefully both riders are okay as a result of that. So Adrian Fernandez has led Grand Prix before, of course. Think back to Phillip Island last year in the wet conditions, although that dream very quickly turned into a nightmare for the number 31. He said coming into this weekend, he's shown consistent pace on Fridays and Saturdays.
Point though, from 2 previous visits as Fernandez as he lead this train through the first section. Now here is Ortola then in for his second long lap. So this will be long lap completed. He was in 11th place. He dropped down to 16th after his first long lap. He slots in ahead of Wasri there, doesn't he?
22nd that should be then for Ivan Ortola. 19th as he came back onto the track. Wasri has gained a couple of ways, of course, because of Farioli and Almanza dropping out of the race on that last lap. Via then back at the front, then ahead of Fernandez. Furusato coming through at the inside of David Alonso. Keep your eyes out, David, because David Munoz is very keen to take advantage if there are any scraps ahead of him.
So Ortola now in 19th spot. That's a lot of work for him to do, isn't it, to get himself anywhere near this podium battle, which is a pretty heated podium battle right now. Holgado, the fastest rider in the circuit, he's got a hard day's work coming from the middle of that fifth row, 14th place, a 137.936 the points at the moment.
Yeah, flags have now come out in the third sector. It's no one in this leading group. It's RB Aditam, unfortunately, for the Indonesian fans crossing the grandstand from us. Their home favourite wildcarding this weekend is out of the Grand Prix on lap 5.
A lot of clashes from 93s, hasn't there, so far this weekend in Indonesia. Mark Marquez disturbing the sprint yesterday, coming from 12th to 3rd after 2 spills in the Premier Class Q2. 15 to go then here, a quarter of the way through this 20-lap Mandalika Grand Prix in Moto 3. Colin Vaya still leading. He just set his personal best lap of this race. Tachikon Basri has crashed out at turn 60. So has Noah Detweiler as well. So potential contact there in the second to last corner between 2 riders that were outside of the top 20.
Basri up on his feet, which is good to see. And we're going to see them go into the picture. Detweiler's had a crash, and Basri, who'd made a mistake himself going to turn 60, suddenly found himself in exactly the wrong place.
Yeah, talk about wrong place, wrong time for old Basri. Look, he properly headbutts his own screen there as well. A very apologetic Noah Detweiler as Holgado trying to repair the damage that he inflicted on himself with a mistake at turn 10 on the previous lap. Tries his way through on that turn, getting aggressive there. On Alonso! And that is Vaya. That's Colin Vaya, who's crashed out of the lead group. Well, we've seen that before, haven't we? That was a huge one for Vaya. That's going through turn 13. That's a big get-off for the Netherlands teenager. Happy to see him walking away from that one, because that was really, really fast. Look at the front, the smoke off the front tyre there, and Colin Vaya then tumbles out of the lead here.
Yeah, he was trying to build up a bit of gap, actually. He just increased his advantage up to 3 or 4 tenths of a second, clearly looking to try and put the hammer down and build up a lead up at the front. It backfired for Vaya, and that is surely the end of his already faint World Championship hopes. So it's now Adrian Fernandez who leads. Here comes Holgado again into 16 as he goes up the inside of Suzuki, who was trying to tee a move up on Fernandez, and he ends up losing a point.
Through turn 13. That's a big get-off for the Netherlands teenager. Happy to see him walking away from that one, because that was really, really fast. Look at the front, the smoke off the front tyre there, and Colin Vaya then tumbles out of the lead here.
Yeah, he was trying to build up a bit of gap, actually. He just increased his advantage up to 3 or 4 tenths of a second, clearly looking to try and put the hammer down and build up a lead up at the front. It backfired for Vaya, and that is surely the end of his already faint World Championship hopes. So it's now Adrian Fernandez who leads. Here comes Holgado again into 16 as he goes up the inside of Suzuki, who was trying to tee a move up on Fernandez, and he ends up losing a place.
As it stands right now, well, it was briefly, the live championship would have been a 76-point advantage for Alonso, which would have meant me from 13th place on the grid.
We're back from Parc Fermé with the winner, who blessed us with a perfect race today. In addition to the victory, this young man scored some very important points for the world standings.